This is a video presentation of the Wild Mouse roller coaster at Eagle Park in Cache, Oklahoma. The only one left designed by Ben Schiff, possibly the only one in existence. I was given the privilege of visiting and inspecting this coaster in early 2020. I took a collection of 20 short videos with my phone that day. These videos are from 7 seconds to 2 minutes long. I also have 53 photos. The videos are all taken in portrait mode. Boo! I didn't know at the time that videos look much better in landscape. This video is intended mostly for any park which may be interested in the possibility that this coaster might be sold by its owner to a park wanting it. Let me be clear, it is not advertised for sale. However, I believe it may be possible to purchase given the right situation and finances, and I am willing to help. My inspection of this Wild Mouse was brief, and I am not an expert, but I believe the ride is salvageable and can be restored to running condition. The coaster has been standing since the early 1980s. Its construction was nearly completed, but it never operated. During construction, the steel track was painted black, which protected the steel from rust. The wood support structure in the cars will need lots of work. I am contacting at least 3 amusement parks around the U.S. to notify them of this coaster and video. Ben Schiff Wild Mouse coasters were fun and intense rides, whose wheels were located in the middle of the undersides of the cars. This gave the frightening illusion of the car shooting off the edge of the turns, which were not banked, giving thrilling lateral forces. The drops were sudden and exhilarating, giving mild airtime to riders. In the mid-1980s, I was fortunate to help disassemble and move a Wild Mouse coaster just like this one from Landa Park in New Braunfels, Texas to San Antonio, Texas. I was surprised by how simply the Wild Mouse came apart, and the entire coaster was moved within a few months with only 2 to 4 people. I would be thrilled to help again. The situation surrounding this Wild Mouse at Eagle Park is very unique, and I highly encourage anyone interested to contact me first. This video is not professional, not well produced, nor is it very creative, obviously. It's mainly for information, to attract the interest of an amusement park and to show the physical condition of this ride. I am not experienced in making videos. My 20 videos will have nothing between them, but you'll see where one starts and another ends. I'm not sure how the photos are going to be presented, but they'll be there, all 53 of them. No music, no graphics, nothing fancy. And of course, you can pause any time to see things longer or more clearly. Enjoy. Frames to the cars, look at that.
It's just a bumper. It won't have a pipe on it. It's just going to be a curved, flat metal with pipes that'll slide over these.
Oh yeah, that's...
And I guess that is spring-loaded, so it hopefully doesn't tear up.
Yeah, that's the important
But these
part.
are the things right there that I was telling you about. They cut out the original piece that runs from here up to there.
Uh-huh.
I guess that was a grease hole for it.
Okay.
And
oh wow,
you cut out those original pieces, which fatigue, and put in those solid 4-inch square bars.
Wow.
And this would grab if it went over that far. You know, it really was, that was just a safety thing. You really wouldn't want metal dragging
Right.
100%, but it was just in case.
Just in case the car tipped over, right. And that's what the Wild Mouse was known for, was taking those corners real fast. And since the wheels or the axle was mounted in the middle of the car, the half of the car would go shooting out over the curve before it actually started turning, which
you
is
think you were off the track.
Exactly. That's what the Wild Mouse is famous for. Going out over the end of the track before it actually starts turning.
Curved pipe, flat metal curved pieces that are actually in front. We dismantled 7, which was the amount that came with a ride.
So you wanted to just, you dismantled them to restore them.
Yeah.
Put them back.
They dismantled them, sandblasted that metal.
Right, right. Do you know where the ride came from?
I don't. I think Lake of the Ozarks may have been like where it was after I thought about that, but I don't know where it was ever in operation. But there's the cars that were never dismantled.
All right. Well, that's the gold right there. Those fiberglass bodies are almost impossible to come by, but if you have one, and even if it's not in good shape, you can still mold. You can make new ones, exactly.
There's the front bumper, like that. Two right there. Front handrails. We had the 14 of them. You know, there's a left and a right, and they were chrome.
Man, that's sickening to think that somebody would steal something.
Parts of these frames laying in here on board too. We were painting them.
The last home of Quanah Parker.
Wood preserving.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Unbelievable.
The car came off the top. If you were busy, take care of it.
You said this motor and system was not from a Wild Mouse. Right, okay.
Well, I said it was from a Wild Mouse.
Okay.
That was the one that uses the log chain, but it is from a Wild Mouse.
Okay, got it.
They have
No, beyond 3 cars at a time on a ride like this can get dangerous.
You know, you would want to, like that right there. That is that mechanism caught that log chain somehow, right there.
Right, yeah, the chain was on the side of the track instead
Yeah.
of traditionally in the middle.
Well, it's on the side on all of them.
Right, on a Wild Mouse.
Mm-hmm. But that would have caught the log chain, and somehow the chain that would hold that other type of chain.
This was,
The motor may have been gone from that first.
this is the motor that goes at the,
This is the
lift
motor from the first one we bought. Which
Okay.
There might be, they've welded numbers on everything else of being it model number 38.
The first drop after the switchbacks. Of course, going up into the turn over the station. Oh, actually, that's the first drop after the switchbacks. This is the second drop. This is
Welding.
the biggest drop right there.
But that's what they looked like.
Right.
You know, had these frames, whatever.
Bents. Bents is what the industry calls them sometimes.
Bents.
Yeah, wooden bents.
I don't know.
Frames is good enough. That's what I call them. I'm not a...
But, you know, these were all, yeah, we had all the ride up. We was putting that catwalk in, and then, of course, like, we had to get the motor hooked up and chain on it, and the cars completed in that. And, you know, the ride actually went over people waiting in line. You know,
Oh, yeah.
If there were that many people waiting.
You see number 43 designating the ride number.
Yeah.
And then, because we've got a combination of 2 different Wild Mouse coasters, you got 38 right there. Isn't that cool? There was an option on the Ben Schiff Wild Mouse after this is the last turn here.
After you came back on the last,
This
on the outside.
right, this last dip was a little bit further down that way, and right there you would straighten out and then do a hard S-turn right there. The Conneaut Lake Park Wild Mouse, I believe,
Did that.
has that S-turn.
start seeing where coasters have been ran and then they closed them, and you know, that's something I never thought of, was it actually wearing out. And I guess
Oh yeah.
I guess if you're in a big setting in a fast moving operation, you fatigue parts out.
Oh yeah, especially wood.
Yeah. Well,
The reason that
I think that wood would be easier to replace. You could do that at your property. You know, if you have to do something with some track, same time we had bought these, Bells and Tulsa had a Alan Herschel Mad Mouse.
yeah, there's actually several of those still around. Hey guy.
I think they wanted like $20,000 for it, but I don't know. But it wouldn't have been as thrilling as this.
Oh right.
I don't guess, but you could have brought it here and set it up.
They're fun rides. The Mad Mouse and then the Monster Mouse is a little bit bigger version of the Mad Mouse. So you bought the steel track and a lot of the wood for the Fantastic Coast, the Indian Nations, the wood roller coaster.
Whatever it was called, yeah.
Wow.
Like 3 dips.
Yeah.
All it had. It used the valley as
Exactly.
to make a bigger first dip.
Yeah, it went down in a gully.
You know. But yeah, that's what they explained, that what happened was that the wind blew strong and it caught the tarp from on the merry-go-round and blew it over against the lift hill of the coaster, and that caused the coaster then to collapse on the lift hill.
Yeah.
Was their story. I don't know.
When I went in
I don't know if
1980,
it's a tornado or what I'm saying. But
when I went in 82, hi, you are a lover.
was the metal done gone then? It should have been done gone.
The metal, the track was all gone. The
Yeah.
metal track was all gone.
Yeah.
You could see where it was on the
Yeah.
wood track bed,
Mhm.
and of course half the coaster was.
It wasn't there
Back
because
then
the
we had
wind-
heard it was a flood that washed it away, but
Yeah.
later research we found out no, it was actually a tornado
Yeah.
that destroyed the ride.
I don't know if it's a tornado or windstorm.
Half
You know,
the
they
ride.
said it was a windstorm. As some older worker there told us that the wind caught the tarp that was on the merry-go-round and lifted it off and blew it over against the wall. You know, made a solid wall against the lift hill, and that caused it to blow over. But that'd take a lot to do. But you know, maybe it
Wow.
was tornado, but it was high winds. Regardless, it's high winds, whether it's a tornado or the other.
Yeah. I think she just wanted to. You wanted me to scratch her head for a little bit, and I did, and she walked away. Awesome. This is the last dip before the brake run. All this track is painted, as you can see. It was painted black, most of it or all of it. So the condition, in my opinion, is going to be very good in spite of 40 years of sitting. Now we're about to see if this Wild Mouse has got the S-turn at the end before the last dip. So would you be okay with me going inside, in the infield? I'm not going to climb up on anything, but going in there and taking, I don't know, 20, 30 pictures. Just to get an idea of the well, I love taking pictures, but my plan is to forward these pictures to Bushkill Park in Easton, Pennsylvania, and then from that point I'm going to wash my hands of this, except if a deal goes through. Of course I'd love to come up here and help take it apart, which I probably would do, but
They have manpower. Where
They-
would the manpower come from?
they have money and manpower. I mean, you think about it, me and my friend in San Antonio, in 4.5, 5 months, plus the occasional help of 1 or 2 other people, took one of these rides apart, completely disassembled it, put it on a trailer, or 2 trailers. We wore one out because we didn't realize the amount of weight we were putting on it, and destroyed it. And 35, 40 miles
Is
to
it
his
just a
house.
bumper pull pickup, or what kind of what were you pulling these trailers with?
A Dodge, a full-size Dodge van. but a small full-size Dodge van.
Like a 16-foot trailer or something, or you had that?
Yeah, I would say
those are longer pieces up there.
16 feet is about right. We took all the wood, all the track, completely disassembled the ride, stacked it in his backyard, and it was about 4.5, 5 months.
Yeah. I looked.
And that was just 2 people.
Yesterday on the internet about that Zyklon. Had leather belts on it.
Rockoplane and Ferris wheel.
Hold-in device with leather belts.
Wow.
Cool senior trip, they call it. Because the previous year had done bad things, I guess, and they wouldn't let our class have the senior trip and anybody since then.
You see a wild mouse there? The last standing bin shift wild mouse in the world. Yeah, it's hard to see, but there it is.
Part of the things that we're putting up there to attach the wood boards to.
Oh, of course.
That is not an original thing. That's an Eagle Park design.